Okay, so before the video starts, I need to say that Gojo is not the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes, we all love him, but Gojo is not the main character. That is Itadori. So before any of you go crying like, oh, no, Gojo, no, Gojo. He's not the main character. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start the video. Subaru Natski. Now I'm going to be honest with y'all, he's definitely not in my top 10 favorite characters. Heck, not even top 100. I hate this man so freaking much, but I will admit he's a good MC. He's weak, he's useless, he's nothing like any of the other characters in the show, but it is because of that he is a great MC. My personal opinion, he sucks, but objectively, he is a great and amazing character. Instead of 80% of the freaking human race today in this world, he accepts that he's weak. He accepts that he's powerless. He accepts that he's only human. He's only an average human with the exception of return by death. He is just average at best, but instead of letting that hold him back, he uses that and he tries to make himself better, not only for himself, but also for his comrades, because his actions, as now he's realized, they affect his friends too. And that is why, objectively, Subaru Natsuki is a great main character. If it wasn't for his relatability, honestly, I don't think he would even be in like the top 50 main characters, but it's because most of us can relate to him that he is actually good. But you know what, I may make a whole separate video about him, just me ranting about him. Now let's get into the next character, Rudeus whatever the his last name was, because honestly I forgot. His character development goes from a pervy man in his 20s who just gave up on life because he got bullied, beats his meat to anime girls on TV, and is too fat and lazy to really do anything, got treated bad by his parents, I believe I got that right, to learning to appreciate life for what it is, meeting a whole bunch of friends, making new friends, fighting back for himself, and not taking life for granted and enjoying the view once he gets reincarnated into a magical world. He understands that not everybody is cruel in life, and there are some nice, wonderful people that are genuinely kind and caring and not going to bully you because there's some fat loser who has no friends and lives alone with no money. Within this world, Rudeus is still a bit pervy, let's be honest. He's Rudeus. He's still going to look at girls in a very nasty way and a very derogative way, but not to the extent of his old life. While Rudeus still has some old characteristics of his old life, he gains a lot of new ones and becomes a more improved and outstanding version of himself. Now he can not only fight for himself, but also for his family and friends too. And then, let's also not forget the one season that had ED. しかし、そんなことより。なるほど。This actually kind of hit me personally because I actually have also experienced the troubles of ED. Not like Rudeus, mine is a completely different scenario, but I do understand the troubles of having ED when you want to do stuff with the women you care about. So for any of you men that have that same problem, I'm with you in that season right there. Some may have not liked it because it took away from like the main story and it was kind of like a side quest, but me personally, I found it very funny and enjoyable and a little bit relatable. If we're going to be honest, a little bit relatable because ow, just ow. But anyway, besides that, this segment is getting too long. Let's get on to the next character. Eren Yeager. You cannot have an anime protagonist list without Eren. Or Naruto, but we're going to get to him in a second. Spoiler. His character development is a very interesting one. From seeing him go from thinking that the world is humans versus titans to humans who create titans. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Humans versus titans that create titans to kill humans that can become titans. What the fuck? Once Eren leaves the walls and learns the history of the Titans and what's outside of the walls, his entire view changes and becomes not only the protagonist of the story, but also the antagonist from creating pretty much his entire life story of, whoa, his life. But also temporarily ending the war between Parody and the world by creating a moment of peace for his friends with the rumbling and the killing of 80% of humanity. Now, killing 80% of humanity really is the antagonist side. You became the villain, but also the protagonist by creating the little moment of peace for your friends and family. However, we cannot ignore that Eren did just kill like 80% of humanity. Anyway, I'm getting a little distracted. What makes him the great protagonist we know as today is his view and his change throughout the story of what he believes is justice and what he believes is criminal and wrong. He takes it to a whole new level of protecting his friends and family and his country. But the real question is, if you were Eren, would you have done the same thing that he did? Would you have killed 80% of humanity to save your friends and family and even people you don't know that you just lived with forever? I can see why Eren did all the trouble he did and went through all the struggles, the triumph, pain that he had to go through. He even had to die at the end just to kind of be the hero of the story. It's a complex but understandable story of how war and prejudice can change a man from being sweet, kind, caring person to ruthless and uncaring for those who have hurt him and his family. Most of us can understand where Eren was going with this. Maybe it wasn't the best move, but it's something he's done. Again, I'm getting a little distracted and off topic, but that's Eren for you. Naruto, the kid who got bullied for being a monster by everybody in his village and having no parents, with absolutely every reason to be a villain, is of course going to be on this list because he should have been a villain but instead became a hero for the people that tried to hurt him. Some probably even tried to kill him. He always stood true to his word and never go strays off on an evil path. People bullied and feared him because he had the nine-tailed fox in him thanks to his father. What type of father puts a nine-tailed fox monster inside of their little kid? That, if anything, is bad parenting. Minato should probably go up as like one of the worst anime fathers in history just for doing something like that. Anyway, even though he should have became the villain just because of his childhood, he decided not to be because he knew it was wrong and it wasn't fair to the villagers, even though they did kind of deserved it. If it was me personally, I would have used a nine-tailed fox and I would have beaten the living Jesus out of everybody. They all deserved it. I'm a little kid who has done nothing wrong. You're blaming a monster that I cannot control. That's not even me. It's inside of me, pause, but it's not me. But Naruto is one of the greatest characters ever because unlike Eren, he didn't let the evil around him or the people around him change his view on the world. Even when Sasuke dropped him from like 50 feet in the air, basically killing him on his head, still chose, after everything he's done to him, he's nearly killed him many times, hurt him, hurt people around him, hurt Sakura's feelings. Even after all of that, he still tried to save him, tried to bring him back home, and tried to put him on the right path to the ninja way, I guess. Not to mention, Naruto has the greatest weapon of all time, the Talk No Talk Jutsu. Dude! What the fuck? All that kindness and righteousness, holiness dare I say, automatically makes him one of, if not the greatest MC of all time. There's nobody that can really hate Naruto because Naruto is just such a good person and such a caring person. Anyway, on to the next one. Kaneki. Now this one is also very questionable to me because he's good, but it was hard for me to like really write him off since I only watched the anime and the anime did not do Tokyo Ghoul justice. I hear the manga did though, but I'm not a manga reader. Kaneki goes from being a little whiny little brat like Deku to becoming a half ghoul, half human, being scared that he's half ghoul and having to be on the run, to having many different personalities and being a very complex character by going through many different struggles in life, like what Jason did to him, being tortured. Then there's reborning himself as Isuke, I want to say. Then to going to the Black Reaper, which I don't think the anime really did Black Reaper justice because I don't fully understand what's so cool about him, and it was for a very short amount of time. It was kind of like all jumbled up in one, confusing. So I don't really get like the whole coolness behind Black Reaper, but I hear he's cool, sick, psychotic, merciless, and we just have like many different forms of him, and Ken is a very complex character, so I just wanted to include him on the list. I don't know how, I don't know what I was thinking when I was writing the script, because I was like struggling for an hour trying to figure something out for him. He's cool, he's strong, he has a baby, he screwed a woman at the end of season 4, the person he loves, and he didn't die. Yeah, he didn't die. That's good. That's a good trait every MC needs. If you are still watching to this part, please leave a like and thank you for dealing with this. Thank you. Carrying on. Here is the end of the video, so I'm going to give some honorable mentions that could have been in the video but didn't make it.
Deku, who was originally in the video, but I decided to cut him out, because, nah. Denji from Chainsaw Man, Kazuma from Konosuba, Luffy and Goku. Goku maybe could be on the list. Well, this is honorable mentions anyway, so meh. Sid Kagano from The Eminence in Shadow, the main character in Isagi from Bullock. Jeez, I could not remember his name for the longest time. And the last one I'll say will be that one guy from the Tomodachi game. I don't remember his name, but the main character of that. And I and the Koji. I just thought of them. But yeah, this video was supposed to come out so many months ago. Maybe it's like been almost a year. So I'm sorry for that. I just kind of gave up on editing this video. After this, I think I could definitely make more videos. If anybody's even still like caring. If not, I'm still going to make them anyway because I like to make videos. And that's really it. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Goodbye.